Welcome to Workplace Harassment. Left unchecked may lead to extraordinary damages. My name is Kathy Bennett, and I'm a Product Development Manager at Carswell. The presenter today will be Natalie MacDonald, and before we begin, I just want to go through some housekeeping matters. This is a WebEx broadcast with live audio feed. For optimal sound quality, please turn your volume up to maximum and use external speakers or a headset if possible. For optimal visual display, please set your screen resolution to 1024 by 768. And if you have any problems or need to call in, the toll-free number is 1-866-469-3239, access code 746-986-820. Our Carswell technical support number is 1-800-387-5164, option number 2. Please note that this session will be recorded. This is a 1.5-hour webinar. It runs from 12:30 to 2. This 1.5 hours can be applied towards 9 of the 12 hours of annual continual professional development required by the Law Society of Upper Canada. Please note that this program is not accredited for the professionalism hours or the new member requirement. The agenda today will be this welcome and introduction. Then presenter Natalie MacDonald will start the WebEx. And her presentation will be in five different sections. So there'll be an introduction, the schoolyard bully grows up. Section 2, addressing workplace harassment. Section 3, the investigation. Section 4, extraordinary damages in Canadian employment law. And Section 5, avoiding extraordinary damages. At the end of the presentation, there'll be question and answers and a wrap-up. We ask that your question and answers please wait to the end of the WebEx, and then we'll do our best to answer as many questions as time permits. So I'd like to introduce Natalie. Natalie is the sole author of the legal textbook, Extraordinary Damages in Canadian Employment Law, published by Carswell in 2010. She's a partner at the Toronto employment law firm of Grossman & Gale, LLP. She represents both employees and employers in all aspects of employment law. She has successfully argued cases in the Ontario Superior Court of Justice, as well in front of various tribunals. One of her cases, Antidormy and Blue Pumpkin Software, is recognized as one of the leading decisions in the area of inducement. For the last 4 years, Natalie was named one of Canada's top employment law practitioners in the Canadian HR Reporter Special Edition of Canada's Top Employment Law Practitioners. Natalie is also Editor-in-Chief of the Employment Bulletin and writes regularly for the Canadian HR Reporter and Canadian Employment Law Today. She chairs and speaks frequently at conferences and comments on employment issues in print and broadcast media and on television. She is involved in consultations for employment and professional issues with various organizations. Natalie was the guest instructor at Osgoode Hall Law School's Intensive Trial Advocacy Workshop, and she teaches one of the accredited courses for Osgoode's professional development in 2011. As you can see, she's a very busy person, but she's taken time out of her schedule to work with us today and present this WebEx.
Thank you, Kathy, for the kind introduction, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On June 2nd, 1996, Teresa Vince was murdered at work by her supervisor, who then killed himself. She had complained to management for more than a year about this terrifying sexual harassment by her supervisor at Sears, Chatham. On November 12th, 2005, nurse Lori DuPont was murdered on the job by a physician with whom she worked at Hotel Dieu Grace Hospital and with whom she had previously ended a relationship. After he murdered Lori, the physician, killed himself. Lori had complained to management about on-the-job harassment that had started after she ended the relationship. What was so particularly compelling about these cases, and in particular for Lori DuPont, at the 2007 coroner's inquest into her death, the expert witness had testified that her employer had 44 opportunities to intervene. It never did.